Okay. um, things get away from me. uh, but this is only 2 days old, so I'm improving a little bit. All right. Film company targets TorrentFreak article over Mandalorian piracy. For any of you not familiar with TorrentFreak, they're a news site talking about BitTorrent and file sharing and copyright issues and whatnot. They are not a they're not a pirate website. They're just a news website. Anyway, Google was asked to remove a TorrentFreak article from its search results this week. The article in question reported that The Mandalorian was the most pirated TV show of 2020. Interestingly, it's not Disney who takes offense with our reporting, but GFM Films. In recent years, Google has had to process an incredible number of takedown requests aimed at pirate sites in search results. While most of these notices do indeed list links to copyright infringing content, not all do. Every week we see obvious errors where sites such as IMDb, Wikipedia, Justice.gov, and NASA are targeted. By now, we ignore most of these mistakes, but in some instances, we take them personally. That's also the case for a DMCA takedown request Google received a few days ago. This notice claims to identify several problematic URLs that allegedly infringe the copyrights of Disney's hit series The Mandalorian. TorrentFreak targeted. This is not unexpected, as The Mandalorian was the most pirated TV show of last year, as we reported in late December. However, we didn't expect to see our article as one of the targeted links in the notice. Man. Apparently, the news that The Mandalorian is widely pirated, which was repeated by dozens of other publications, is seen as copyright infringement? Needless to say, we wholeheartedly disagree. This is not the way. Takedown protest. We will certainly put up a fight if Google decides to remove the page. At the time of writing, this has yet to happen. The search engine currently lists the takedown request as pending, which likely means that there will be a manual review. The good news is that Google is usually pretty good at catching overbroad takedown requests. This is also true for TorrentFreak articles that were previously targeted, including our coverage on the Green Book screener leak. Not familiar with that. Not Disney. Finally, it's worth noting that this takedown request doesn't come from Disney, as one might expect. Instead, it was sent by the company GFM Film, which doesn't immediately ring a bell. At first, we thought that the German camera company GFM might have or could have something to do with it, as they worked on The Mandalorian. However, earlier takedown requests from the same sender protected the film The Last Witness, which is linked to the UK company GFM Film Sales. Since we obviously don't want to falsely accuse anyone, we're not pointing fingers. What we know for sure, however, is that our news article didn't host or link to any infringing content. This is the sort of thing that just to me personally, this is the sort of thing that happens because of these I mean, for anybody that says piracy is out of control, I mean, I don't know the statistics, so I can't tell you for sure, but I can tell you something just looking at it from from sort of a human perspective, shall we say. Um, uh, the complaint about piracy is usually one of, oh, and you see this with everybody. By the way, I've been told this firsthand by people, comic book creators and whatnot, about how, oh, I don't want to offer a digital copy of my comic book because that's just will get it pirated faster or whatever. And it's like, Will it really? I mean, do you know that? Or you just, I mean, I don't know. Lots of people do offer digital copies, and I don't, obviously, I haven't conducted any sort of, exhaustive search to find out, but I seriously doubt that all of those comic books that offer digital things are the PDFs or whatever, and they, you get them through Indiegogo or Kickstarter, either one, and they're DMR, or DRM digital, right? Yeah, DRM free. Like they're all DRM free. So yeah, they'd be very easy to pirate. But does anybody do it? Like again, I haven't looked, I haven't checked, the whole of the internet to find out. But I seriously doubt it. I suspect the vast majority of them, at least, no one ever pirates. You know, there are some things that people don't understand about pirates or piracy when it comes to the digital variety, at least. Um, a lot of people who are going to pirate it, it's like people talk, creators talk about how, well, that's a lost sale, and it's like, is it though? I don't think so. I think the vast majority of the people who pirate the stuff, they weren't going to pay for it in the first place. They were not going to go and buy it. Like they'll take it if it's for free, but it's not really a lost sale because they weren't sufficiently interested to purchase it. Many people will opt for for paying as long as they don't have to pay too much and as long as it's convenient. Like probably one of the things that impacted piracy, digital piracy, the greatest as far as reducing it was probably when Netflix was the dominant streaming service and they had access to so much content. Everybody was happy to pay as long as they only had to go to one place to pay. Like, I go here, I have this subscription, and I can get almost anything in existence from this one service. And I knew immediately when I heard about Disney launching theirs and so else launching theirs. I was like, it's like digital piracy is about to make a major comeback. I'll bet you. I'll bet you dollars to donuts. There's going to be lots more piracy. Why? Because you're seeing a fracturing of where you have to go to get all this stuff, and it's going to wind up with people paying more in subscriptions to these damn streaming services than they had previously paid for cable or satellite, to get access to at least most of the stuff. And it's like, people were tired of paying so much for cable and shit like that. They're going to be even less inclined to spend even more on all these separate streaming platforms. So I don't know. But no, I don't really believe in the idea that every time somebody pirates, it's that was a lost sale. It's like, no, it wasn't. Almost all of those were never going to be your customers in the first place. Yeah, that's just a fact. So if you're a creator and you're worried about offering a PDF of your comic or something like that, because you're afraid it'll get pirated, it's like, if people really want to pirate it, they'll fucking they can get a scanner and scan the physical book once they get a hold of it. But most likely they're never going to do that with your product because your product's not popular enough. Like there's, things don't get pirated usually unless there's sufficient demand for it. Unless there's a lot of people who want it. So TV shows, unless they're just really, really not popular, are likely going to be pirated. But some in indie comic book, it's like, seriously doubt it, guys. Seriously doubt it. All right. Until the next one.